Welcome to the Jeff and the Bonch Show.
Week 17.
Week 17.
Here we are at the end of the regular season. As always, there's a few exciting matchups to discuss.
I think even more so than usual.
Yeah.
Because we have two real playoff games.
Yeah. Play in games, really.
Sure. Why not?
But really play in games to be playoffs.
That
if you want to get technical.
And you do, apparently.
Yes, I always like getting technical.
Okay, so what do you want to start with? We've got...
I think we'll start at the AFC, because the NFC is really the main attraction.
Yeah, I agree.
To this week. So, okay, for the AFC...
The battle for wild card spot number 6.
Okay, so here is our discussion right now. We have the defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens, the Miami Dolphins, the San Diego Chargers, and kind of in the background are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, my understanding with the tiebreakers is that if it is a three-way tie among these teams, the Dolphins win the three-way tiebreaker. However, if the Chargers drop off for some reason, if it's a head-to-head between the Dolphins and the Ravens have the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Dolphins. That would give the Ravens
basically what it is everybody needs help in some way.
Yes. There's not a team that...
Everybody needs something else to happen.
There's no win-in-the-win situation for any of the teams. The Steelers need all three of these teams to lose and to win. I'm going to say that's not going to happen.
Do
you agree? So
yeah,
we're going to take the Steelers out of this right now. The Dolphins are playing the Jets at home.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens are in Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. A pretty tough game for the situation. And the Chargers are home against Kansas City or away?
They're away against Kansas City.
Kansas City has nothing to play for. They're locked into the 5 seed. So the question is, Jeffrey,
who am I taking?
Who are you picking as the 6th wild card team?
I'm taking the San Diego Chargers.
Okay. Now, for the San Diego Chargers to win, you are predicting the Dolphins to lose to the Jets and the Ravens to lose to the Bengals.
Well, let's just start with the Chargers, because I think that's the obvious one.
Right.
As far as the win goes. Because, of course, Andy Reid is going to rest his starters so that he can lose the first playoff game.
Yes, of course. That's
what
Andy Reid does.
Maybe he shouldn't have rested his starters. Right? So that's exactly what's going to happen. But I think the Chargers will win that game.
Mm-hmm.
So then we've got the Dolphins.
Yes.
Crushed the Jets the last time they
crushed them.
But that's not going to happen this time.
Why isn't it going to happen this time?
Well, let's flash back to that game.
Okay.
It was a 6-0 Dolphins lead at halftime.
That's correct.
It wasn't just, they massacred them the whole game. 6-0 lead, and then it just sort of got out of hand.
Right.
Geno Smith had a horrendous game. He was 4 of 10 for like 90 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The defense was the worst they've been. And this game, the Jets, this is the Jets' playoffs. They're playing for Rex Ryan, who I do believe the players like.
Yes, the players do. I can confirm that.
The players do like Rex Ryan. And I think the Jets are going to put everything they have into this. The Dolphins just got crushed by the Bills. Rex Ryan could even call his old defensive coordinator and be like, hey, what'd you guys do that you held them to 0 points? I mean, I just don't think the Dolphins are really that good. I think they're an average team.
Well, I don't think any of these teams are that good.
That's true. I just haven't been impressed by the Dolphins.
Right.
And I think that they're going to lose 2 in a row to 2 division rivals to miss the playoffs.
Fair enough. And you're assuming that the Ravens are going to lose to Cincy because Cincy still has something to play for. There's still a way that the Bengals get a bye.
The thing is weird with the Ravens is it was sort of, I think, misleading when they won the 4 in a row. And
right.
Oh, the Ravens are back. No, they were beating teams that weren't that good.
Correct.
That were really close games. They beat the Steelers by 2 at home, Vikings by 3, Lions by 2. And then they got totally crushed by the Pats, which is sort of...
You could make an argument. They should have lost that Lions game.
Yeah,
they should have lost that Vikings game.
Coming back down to earth, this is where you really are. You're not that good.
Right.
On the road against the Bengals team that they beat last time.
Right.
So the Bengals are going to want revenge. I don't see them beating the Bengals.
Interesting.
Who are you taking?
Just so happens, I agree with you.
Really?
I'm going with the San Diego Chargers to make the playoffs. I think because the Bengals, there is a way. Now, I don't expect Denver to lose to Oakland or New England to lose to Buffalo. But if one of those things were to happen, especially with New England, there's a way that the Bengals can still get a first-round bye, get that 2nd seed. So the Bengals will have something to play for going into that game. And as you said, they lost the Ravens last time as a division rival. And let's not discount that the Jets-Dolphins rivalry is it's not quite Jets-Patriots, but it's up there as far as rivalries. They don't like each other.
And when that happens, when there is a rivalry like that, it's hard to win both games.
That's true.
And think about it. The Jets and Patriots split. Jets and Bills split.
It's one of those situations where the Jets could really make their season in their eyes, that they could finish 500 and cost the Dolphins the playoffs.
Yep.
And I think they're going to do it. Just the Dolphins I think of these three teams, the best one is the San Diego Chargers. And that's one of the reasons I'm picking them to get that 6th seed is I think this is the best of the teams left, is the Chargers. I think the Chargers deserve that spot. Want to start with the NFC North?
Yeah, which was not flexed into the Sunday night game, but now they wish it was, right? Because now this is
we'll get to why it's a better game. But
so we've got the NFC North Championship, or as we like to call it, the return of Aaron Rodgers.
See, this was already interesting because it's a play-in game. The Bears had a golden opportunity to make the playoffs, just get a win on Sunday football.
For them?
They did not show up against a team that had nothing to play for in the Eagles. They didn't show up. And not just the Bears, the Lions are part of this too. What the NFC North has done is they've allowed Aaron Rodgers to get healthy and have a chance to come back and win himself a playoff spot.
And the Packers did just enough while he was gone to have the chance when he got back.
All the NFC North had to do was win 1 or 2 more games, and the Packers would have been done by the time Aaron Rodgers got back, and you didn't capitalize on the opportunity. So the question is, how do you pick against the Packers? I know it's in Chicago. Are you picking against Aaron Rodgers in his return to lose to a team like the Bears that always seems to come up just short?
I'm not picking the Bears.
Okay, I was going to say.
I'm not. But I was researching a lot of stats, which I very rarely do.
Yeah, I'm more of the stat guy than you are, definitely.
And I can make I definitely think it's going to be, what I realized when I was looking at everything is that this is going to be a much closer game than people realize.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people just sort of have
this is a close game.
People have fresh in their minds, oh my god, the Bears got slaughtered by the Eagles.
They're pretty good. They're just not great.
Well, what it is that the first meeting is completely moot, I'd say, because that's the game that Aaron Rodgers got hurt in, and the Packers were with Seneca Wallace, who, horrendous.
I can't go by the first game.
So just, you can throw that out the window. But what you can't throw out the window is that both of these teams don't have good defense.
They're very bad defenses. I wouldn't even go far to say they're bad defenses.
Here's my favorite stat of why the Bears can win. The Packers' defense, in 8 of the last 9 games, has given up 26 points or more. That's
not good.
That's ridiculous. And the game that they didn't was when they gave up 21 to the Falcons, and they won that game by 1 point.
And that's the Falcons.
Yeah, so their defense is bad. They're 26th overall.
Yes.
Jay Cutler, Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall,
Matt Forte.
They didn't have Aaron Rodgers in that game. They still had their defense, and even with their defense, they gave up 125 in a TD to Forte. They gave up 107 in a TD to Marshall. They gave up a TD to Jeffrey. So, and that was with Josh McCown. And Jay Cutler is still a good quarterback.
It's funny though. I expect almost Jay Cutler to make a mistake that cost him the game more than I would Josh McCown. I know that's strange to say, but I need that just like we talked about this a few weeks ago with the Cowboys and the Bears and how they always come up just short. And the Bears had their chance last week. I feel like the Bears missed their opportunity. And now that Aaron Rodgers is healthy, there's a rumor that possibly Randall Cobb could be coming back as well.
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing is how healthy really is Aaron Rodgers when he comes back? He had a serious injury.
Yes.
People thought, maybe he's even done for the year. They held him out for what seemed like pretty long in the end. Because it sort of seemed like every week they're like, maybe he'll play. They're like, nah, he's not going to play. We're going to keep him really healthy. So we assume that he's going to be Aaron Rodgers. And if he is, they'll win the game.
And I think he will, just because I feel like because they didn't rush him back.
If
they had rushed him back, say, after 4 weeks instead of 7, I'd be a little more skeptical about it. I also think that Aaron Rodgers doesn't necessarily need to be Aaron Rodgers because the Bears' run defense is so atrocious. Eddie Lacy is just going to run all over them.
Is he completely healthy?
He's not completely healthy either. I do believe he's going to play.
Yeah, I think.
But he's not.
It's one of those
healthy.
things. If you're sort of healthy, you're going to play.
The Packers are very banged up. Let's not discount that. They're a very banged up offense.
And honestly, even if Eddie Lacy doesn't play, Starks will have a big game. It doesn't matter.
We could run for 100 yards against the Bears.
Maybe me.
No, I'm saying the combination of us two. If we were the 1-2 punch.
Oh, okay. You're gonna
be the speed. I'll be the power. Yeah, I'll be the Michael Bush.
Okay. Perfect.
I was so excited for this game because we had Tony Romo Part 3 in the Sunday Night Football game, the NFC East Championship. They lose the Giants years ago. They lose the Redskins last year. This was going to be like the end of the trilogy of Romo choking away the NFC East Championship.
Oh, that's what you were thinking it was going to be?
Yeah, it was going to be the trilogy of the Cowboys choking away on Sunday Night Football the NFC East Championship. It was a nice way to wrap it up, make it go full circle, all 3 other teams. And then we hear on, Monday or Tuesday, Tony Romo has a herniated disc and he's not playing.
What I loved about it is how Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett were sort of hopeful.
In complete denial.
They were like, maybe he'll play! Maybe he will! Because they realize that they're just going to get slaughtered if he doesn't. And now he's definitely not going to play.
Right. So, the Cowboys' hopes rely on Kyle Orton. Are you excited for Kyle Orton's return? I am.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Little did you know, his cousin is Kyle Orton.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we did have a very similar beard at one time.
You did. You really did.
Yes. And bottom line is, I was picking the Eagles if Tony Romo was the quarterback. I'm definitely picking the Eagles now that Kyle Orton's the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys' defense is so bad.
It's close to record numbers of how bad they are.
They let up, on average, about 420
Yes.
yards a game. You know how many yards a game the Eagles get? About 420.
That's the thing. The Eagles' offense is on such a roll right now with Nick Foles.
They're gonna crush them. Let's face it.
I think the Cowboys' only chance in this game was to win a shootout.
Yeah, that was their only chance.
And
Tony
I don't
Romo to
think
Des Bryant has a huge monster game.
Yeah, I don't
chance.
think Kyle Orton can keep up, especially if he hasn't played in so long. Can
Yeah.
keep up off the bench like that. He's not going to be Josh McCown. I don't think he can keep up with the Eagles.
Well, the Eagles, don't forget, the Eagles were really hot. They won 5 in a row. And they lost to the Vikings. They gave up, I think, 38 points.
Yes.
And then they came out and they beat Jay Cutler and the Bears.
In a game that the Bears needed.
Yeah, which is a much better offense
Yes.
than the Vikings have.
Absolutely.
So they came out pumped, and I think that's going to continue into this
Right.
game. I don't see why it wouldn't. They're playing now Kyle Orton as opposed to Jay Cutler.
Yes.
I mean,
I do think the Cowboys, for a few weeks now, needed to run the ball more, and I think they will with DeMarco Murray. That offense their play calling has been a little questionable.
but all they have to do is stack the box and stop DeMarco
And
Murray.
that's the thing. Now they become more of a one-dimensional offense. I just can't trust Kyle Orton to get the ball to his receivers like Tony Romo does.
But you realize that we agreed
On all three
we agreed on the
spots up
Chargers
for
as the
grabs.
6, the Eagles,
Yeah.
and then on the Packers, which means that it's going to be Bears, Cowboys, and Dolphins or something. It's going to be totally wrong.
Okay, there's one other spot we haven't talked about. I think we do at least mention it. Is that, again, I'm not picking it. The Saints have not clinched the playoff spot yet. They have to win at home against I believe it's the Falcons. No, it's the Bucks. Again, I'm predicting them to do that. I think the Saints will wrap it up. However, I kind of feel for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, me too. You mean the Cardinals who are going to... Oh, I can't even say the team's name.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Before we talk about this, would you like to congratulate the playoff-bound San Francisco 49ers?
Why would I want to do that?
Because after week of you trying to get the Niners out of the playoffs, they're in. It's official. They clinched their spot.
Lose their first
You're going to see them. It doesn't matter. Who cares when they're in the playoffs? You said they wouldn't make the playoffs. They wouldn't make the playoffs. They're in. The end. They made it.
I don't remember.
Would you like... I want you to apologize to San Francisco.
Apologize.
Apologize to Colin Kaepernick. Apologize to Jim Harbaugh. Apologize to Frank Gore, who's still running strong.
Oh, God. He's going to be hurt any day now.
You've said that. Just say you were wrong.
What's wrong with that pick?
You were wrong. Thank you. That's all I asked for.
Okay.
Congratulations to the Niners making the playoffs.
Don't deserve
Proving Jeff wrong.
Overrated.
But back to the Cardinals. Back to this team.
You mean the Cardinals were going to finish 11-5?
One of the better teams to miss the playoffs probably in a long time.
They're at worst 10-6.
Yes.
Probably going to be. I think they're going to beat the 49ers.
Of course you do. Big surprise there.
And finish 11-5 and miss the playoffs.
It's a shame, really, because if you put them in the AFC, they're by far better than any of the 6 seeds that run up for that. So I feel like we should have at least mentioned the Cardinals. I feel bad about the situation. So you sit on your TV at 1 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Mountain West time, and watch just your 10 hours of football. Enjoy your Sunday, your last real NFL Sunday until next September.
You go for a walk between the 7:30 and 8:30 to get some fresh air.
Yeah, the bittersweet part of this is the last real NFL Sunday until next September.
It is. It's very sad.
It's very bittersweet.
But then we get playoff time, so
that's almost as fun.
Almost. Thank you for watching the Jeff
and the Bonch
Show.
We'll be back next week for a big show. We got some regular season wrap-up.
Playoff preview.
Awards possibly being given out.
Possibly awards, yes.
A lot to look forward to as we reach the pinnacle of season.
Goodbye, America.
Shalom.